now we have our expense report ready, and it's ready for approval, because usually in the EBS system, any expense report will go through a flow of approving it. If we can expand here the information, we can see that it is pending manager approval, Mrs. Brown Casey, which is the direct manager of this employee. So our template apps also knows how to support the approval process for the iExpense as well. Let's see how it works. To do that, let's go to our homepage again and open the approvals module. And for demoing the approval process, we also need to get into our manager, the direct manager that is actually waiting to approve this expense report. So on the right side, we will log in into the manager, Casey Brown, and get into her approval list. And here it is. We can see here on the top of the list the expense report coming from Mr. Aaron Jamie, which is this employee, and is waiting for the approval. So the manager can just get in. He can, of course, approve, reject, or request for more information. But first, the manager can look into the information of this expense report to get its decision. The manager can see here immediately that this expense report contains a policy violation. This is the hotel expense that we have entered during the expense and exceeded the maximum limit for hotels. So we can get down and browse and see exactly what is this violation. Here, if we will get into the cash line, we can see here that on the first line, the hotel, we have required daily limit, and we can see here the total amount, and we can also see here the attachment, if we want, that was added for this expense report to get more information on this expense. So after looking into the details of this expense report, the manager can decide whether to approve or reject. Let's go for request more information. And let's ask the user why the hotel was so expensive. And now the expense report will go back to the work list of the employees. So we will just refresh the list on the left side, and we will see here that the manager, Mrs. Casey Brown, asked for more information. So the employee can get into it. He can see here the request, why the hotel was so expensive, and he can, of course, reply to it. Let's say this was the only available hotel in the area, and submit it again. Now it will get back to the manager list. And if we will go down to the action history, he can see the response of the employee saying this was the only available hotel in the area, and he may decide, and she may decide whether to approve or reject it. So in our case, being a nice manager, Mrs. Casey Brown will decide to approve it. She will press the approve button, and it will go out of her list and go back to the employee list. And now it says that it has been forwarded for additional approval, the next step in the process. So at this point, we finished the approval flow, or the first step of the approval flow, and we showed you how it was supported by our template app as well.